Hey everyone, and welcome back to Overcoming Carbs. I've got some really exciting information for you today. I have made, using Elements recipe and another YouTuber's recipe they did, that's Breaking Thin. He did his own electrolyte recipe, so using his parameters and his ratios that he did on his recipe, I came up with a copycat recipe for electrolytes. And I wanted to go ahead and present that to you right now and show you what I did, how much I came up with on the cost, and some interesting things I came up with after doing this. And I'll let you see what I've come up with. Again, this is Overcoming Carbs, and this is how to make your own budget-friendly element copycat recipe. Now, Element sells the raw and flavored and the citrus salt, 30 of them for $45. And that's a one-time purchase. Now you can subscribe and save more, but just to purchase it one time is $45 for 30 servings, which is $1.50 a serving. On their website, in the facts or the frequently asked questions, they tell you basically how to make a single serving of the raw powder and use half a teaspoon of salt, 500 milligrams of potassium, which equals up to 200 milligrams of potassium, and a quarter teaspoon of magnesium malate. So using that information in those ratios, I went and I weighed a half a teaspoon of real salt, and it was 3 grams, a quarter teaspoon of magnesium, and it was 0.84 grams, and a quarter teaspoon of the potassium, and it was 1.25 grams per quarter. Now, Breaking Thin has a recipe out there that he did 3 tablespoons of salt. And so using the ratios that they have at Element site, that's 1.5 tablespoons of potassium, 1.5 tablespoons of magnesium, but he did not include magnesium on his recipe. But to give it flavor and to give it a little sweetness, he added 10 packages of true lemon, 10 packages of true lime, which gives you the citrus salt, and also 10 packages of stevia. And that gives you 18 servings for his breakdown of the 3 tablespoons. So I based it off the 3 tablespoons of salt. I decided that I was going to make a big batch of this. So what I did is 453 grams of salt is equal to 1 pound. So I took that 1 pound of 453 grams and I divided by the 3 grams of each serving. And that came up with the 151 servings. So then I took that amount and I multiplied it by each one of the numbers that I came up with, the 1.25 for the weight on the potassium and the 0.84 grams for the magnesium. And instead of having 10 packages, the 18 servings, I divided the 18 into the 151, and I came up with it was 8.3. So there's 84 packages of the real lemon, 84 packages of the real lime, and 84 packages of the Splenda. So that came up to 75 grams on when I weighed it out. I poured each, I opened 84 packages of this, and 84 packages came out to 75 grams, and for both the real lemon and the real lime. So now I have weights on them after doing the packages. So this is combining all the ingredients to make the raw electrolytes. 1 teaspoon of this is equal to 16 cents per serving when I did the 151 servings. So I'm going to take the real salt here in a second, and I'm going to add it to my container. I just took a container I had that I was using for it's a magnesium, the Calm, and I was adding the ingredients to it. So we add the salt to this to get the 453 grams, and this is real salt. And it looks like, I mean, it shows it's a little clump, but I broke it all up and went a little bit when I shook it up to mix it all together. So after you get to the 453 grams, I'll add a little bit more here because it didn't come up to 453, but I add a little bit more and I get it up to 453. So we have 1 pound of salt in there. Next, I'm going to take the magnesium malate and I'm going to add the 125.8 grams of magnesium. And I weighed this previously on a scale, on the same scale, so that I would know how much it is. So I weighed it, and now I'm going to add it to the salt. And this is the magnesium malate powder at 500 milligrams. So after I add the 125.8 grams of magnesium to this, and this is for their 60 milligrams of magnesium, what they say. So if you want more magnesium in here, you can combine, you can take 100, this is 250 milligrams here. You can put the whole container in there and have 120 milligrams, or you can even add more than that to get more, because you're supposed to have, around 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium a day. So depending on what you want to do, they only do 60, but you can do more than that if you want to add more to it and still keep within the 1 teaspoon serving. It doesn't weigh a whole lot, so, and after you do 155, I mean, it's less than a gram after you add in the 150 or 125 grams. So I've added in the potassium. It's 188 grams. So we take the new salt, and the new salt, the containers, there's 3 of them that come in the purchase that I got for around $9.79, I think is what it was, and it's 255 grams, and we're only using 188. So you're basically going to use 2 and another half or 2/3 of the next one, but you're going to use almost all of them. So next we are going to add in the true lemon and the true lime. Now you can actually do a flavor and not have any sweetener, and it's going to give you 31 cents per serving when you add those in. So here we're going to add in the 75 grams of the true lime and 75 grams of the true lemon. Again, I opened up all these packages and I took out the 84 packages and I weighed it, and that's what I came up with was the 75 grams. So now that I know that information, we can show you something here in a little bit where you can save even more money. But from what I prepared and what I did, this is what I came up with. Is was 31 cents a serving for adding just a flavor. So next, we're going to add in the Splenda. And in the Splenda, that's 180 grams of Splenda that you can add into this to make it with the sweetener. This will make it like the element citrus salt that has the Splenda added to it. Or I'm sorry, the stevia added to it. This is just a Splenda brand of stevia. So here's the breakdown. I purchased over here on the left, the real salt, the magnesium malate, the potassium, the true lemon, the true lime, and the stevia. These are the actual costs of what I paid through Amazon. And I paid $11.85 for 737 grams, or the 24 ounces of real salt. Magnesium malate for that 500 milligram, or sorry, it was 250 grams of 500 milligram. It was $21.95. For the potassium, I paid $7.49 for 255 grams. The packets, it was a combined package of $27.96 for the two, so it was $13.98 for each one of them. And the stevia for the 140 packets was $9.53. Well, since I didn't use it all, I only used 453 grams of the real salt. That came up to $7.28. I only used 125 or half of the container of the magnesium malate, and that was $11.04. And again, you can add more to it if you want, but this is the way the recipe called, so this is what I did. The potassium, I used 188 grams, so it's $5.54. The 84 packets of the lemon came up to $11.74. 84 packets of the lime came up to $11.74, and 84 packets of the stevia was $5.72. And the breakdown is, if you put it all in there together, it's $53.06 for the 151 servings. For flavored, it was $47.34 without the stevia. And then just for the raw basic um, electrolyte package with no flavor, no sweetener, it was 16 cents per package for $23.86. Here is what I purchased at Amazon, the $11.85, just to show you that. The new salt was $7.49 that I purchased for these 3 bottles. The next thing was magnesium malate, was 50 or 500 milligrams. It was $21.95. The True Lime and True Lemon, it was a 100 package container of each, and it was $27.96. And the Splenda was $9.53 for the 140 packages. Now, when I went and since now I have the weights and I know what I need to make this, you can actually get the True Lemon and Lime pack, dual pack of these 10-ounce or 300-gram containers for $34.96. So it's like $7 more, but you get 4 times as much. And then the Splenda, instead of doing the packets, you can actually purchase the stevia in a 540 gram or 19-ounce container for $10.99. So with those in there, this is what is interesting. You break down the cost of them. The only thing different here is going to be on the bottom, 1748. That is the $35 or $34.96. That is split up between the two, and the $10.99, which means out of pocket would be $80.24. So you only went up like a dollar or two from what I paid previously. But here's what's going to happen. You're not going to use everything. You're only going to use 75 grams of the 300 grams. So it's a fourth of it that you're going to actually incur in cost. So that puts it at $437. And the third of it for the stevia is $3.66 for a total of $36.26, which is less than one box from Element. Element charges you $45 for 30 servings. You can actually get everything you need for $36.26. It doesn't change the raw. The raw is still $23.86 instead of the $45. But you can actually get a flavored with stevia, or you can just get the flavored without the stevia. Not much difference, 2 cents difference. But anyway, it's going to be $36.26 for 151 servings, or $32.60 for 151 servings without the sweetener. And then the raw is $23.86. I did 35 cents a serving. You can actually get 24 cents a serving. So go out there, make your own, enjoy it. For those of you who can't afford paying $45 and have the time to make this up on your own, here is the breakdown of it. And if you have any other questions about it, leave it in the comments. I tried it after I made it. The taste is great. Leave a like, subscribe if you want some more information like this. I appreciate your time and thank you very much.